Hey everybody, and welcome to RFL. I'm Richard French. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a busy week, and this entire week we've been covering the investigation into the de Blasio administration's fundraising practices and how Preet Bharara's office has just handed down subpoenas. Now, that's not the only headache de Blasio dealing with. The Times says this is one of many, and I'm quoting here. Historians have been hard-pressed to find a mayor who, along with his administration and inner circle, has ever been the subject of as many simultaneous investigations conducted by as many different agencies as Mayor de Blasio now faces. Now, among these, they include, of course, the fundraising probe, the investigation of NYPD top brass, and whether some of them traded favors for favorable treatment, the deal that lifted protections on a nursing home, paving the way for luxury condos, and don't forget the ethics probe into Campaign for One New York, de Blasio's since disbanded political group. And we wanted to get some perspective on this, especially from somebody who's been around the block, around City Hall, for a few decades now. And we went to George Arzt. George, who many of you may remember, was Mayor Koch's press secretary, and now he's president of George Arzt Communications. He's as wired as anybody into how City Hall works. And our own Dominic he sat down with him just yesterday.
Mr. Arzt, you look at today's tabloids, the Post, the News, federal criminal investigation, federal subpoenas. How bad is this looking for Mayor de Blasio?
I think we're just at the beginning. You can't really speculate on potential damage. We don't know that. I was in an administration where there were scandals and we nearly won re-election. Brad Koch's fourth term. It is too early to tell. What is most difficult is how people are doing in City Hall to get the mayor's agenda across. And that is really what's most difficult.
Team de Blasio, Mayor de Blasio, is arguing that this is all politically motivated. But is anybody hearing that?
The newspapers have answered that by discounting that and saying, why didn't you answer the charges, the allegations? So really, crying politics at this point does not help.
You did Bess Meyerson and all the scandals, for the most part, in the Koch years.
It is overwhelming. You're fearful for how your colleagues are going to do before grand juries. Before we had the FIRA Commission looking at us and how they do, and you hope that they don't wind up on perjury charges. It takes an enormous amount of time and derails, for the most part, the mayor's agenda. Still, in Koch's fourth term, he got his legacy project across, housing, and he did the gay rights bill at City Hall, which was at the time historic. So you're able to get your agenda across, but there's some things that you drop in while you're doing it.
Will this make the mayor face a serious primary challenge?
It is too early to tell if this lingers on the next year. Certainly there will be people who seriously look at that.
So are 2 terms for de Blasio possibly still in the cards?
I think he certainly is strong, and certainly he will run for a second term, and he'll be difficult to beat at this point.
Finally, Mr. Arzt, I conclude this way. How weak is de Blasio looking right now?
It is too early to say, but there are people appearing before grand juries, there are subpoenas going out, so ask me in a month.